Hello, hello. Welcome to yoga. We are here again on our mats. Thank you to everyone who watched the recordings while I was on a little bit of a research trip. Now I have to put it all together, but it was invigorating and mind-blowing, and I'm so happy to be home and to get to do these classes live again, 4:30 on Wednesdays. Please come if you can to the live Zoom. Otherwise, let's press play on your recording. So we're going to do a quick 45-minute class today that you can squeeze in between office hours and lectures and getting on and off campus. So let's start just with our feet a bit wider than hips distance, toes pointing forward. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, opening up the chest, sending the back of the hands to the wall behind us. On the exhale, we're going to bend the knees over the toes and just press the screen with the palms of your hands, and then scoop the belly and the pelvis slightly with the under part of the pelvis scooping forward. We're going to do that a few more times. Big inhale through the nose, stretch. Exhale, scooping the pelvis, full body breathing here. Squeeze all that extra stale air out. Inhale, bring in the fresh new air, all the way fill the lungs. Exhale, scoop, press, round, contract. Inhale, expand, widen, get flatter, and a couple more in your own time. Each time you can bend those knees a little deeper. Maybe you want to come up on your toes on that inhale. Big inhale, big exhale. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. Sweep that right arm up and over to the left. Find that diagonal line. So you want to find that nice stretchy diagonal line from the tips of your fingers to the toes. Stretch, 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 stretch. Good. Inhale, recover. Exhale, try the other side. Find the diagonal line on the other side. Stretch along that side body. All the way down to the pinky side of the foot. That's rooted into the mat. We'll do that a few times. Exhale and stretch. Inhale, recover. Exhale and stretch. Inhale. Looking underneath the armpit, opening up that chest. Big, luscious breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose, using that ujjayi breathing, and come center. This time we're going to do a nice sweep of the right arm up. We're going to bend both knees, curve the right side of that body forward, come through center, let the arms dangle and the head be heavy. Cross the left arm, across the torso, come up, and recover. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over. Exhale, bend both knees. Let that left side body round forward. Come through the center. Heavy head, heavy arms. Cross the right arm across the torso. Look under that armpit and recover. Now we're going to take the tempo up a little bit. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, curve, cross, recover. Inhale. Recover. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, curve, drop heavy. Inhale, recover. Exhale. Inhale, over. Exhale, round. Cross. Inhale, recover. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, release, cross. Inhale, rise. Exhale, recover. Beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and just turn the left toe out and the right heel out. And we're gonna just come right in to a crescent pose. I know this is early for a crescent pose, but we're gonna jump right in, get the body warm. So all we're gonna do here from crescent, as we've got the knee over the ankle, is we're gonna press that front leg and lengthen it as the arms come down, and then come right back into crescent, arms come up, and you can look up. Exhale, as you press the arms down, inhale as you look up and come back to crescent. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and drop that back heel, come center. Let's take the hands to the hips. We'll just do a little rock here. Just pelvis tilt right and left. Just to loosen up. And then turn the right toes out. Left heel comes off the floor and we come into crescent pose on the opposite side. Find your crescent pose. And then start your gentle pumping of the arms and the legs. Inhale as you look up. Exhale as you press the arms down and lengthen that front leg. Now notice that I'm saying lengthen, not lock or straighten. We're not actually completely straightening that front leg. We're just flowing through the pose. Activating those glutes, those legs, core, of course, the breath, and getting some heat. Drop that heel, come forward. Let's take the hands to the shoulders. We're going to bring the elbows together, kiss those elbows together. Inhale, trace the widest circle that you possibly can. Exhale as you bring the elbows down. And as you bring them up, inhale again. Exhale, open and drop. Keep going. Good. Let's trace the opposite circle. So we're going to go down. Inhale, up, forward, down. Inhale as you bring the elbows back and up. Exhale as you bring them forward and down. Oh, I forgot to kiss them together that time. So really try to get those elbows together at one point. And I'll meet you there, right here. Elbows together. Inhale, open. And close. Now, when you open, I want you to feel those little wings behind you, those little scapulas, tightening the space between them. And then when you kiss those elbows, you widen that space between them. This is a really common place to hold a lot of tension, the space between the scapulas and underneath there. So we're widening that space. Let's take the elbows open and let's just do a little tilt. And in fact, let's bend the knees. Bend the knees over the toes. We're going to activate the waistline. Touch the elbow to the hip. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Keep going. Focusing on that breath. Good. Exhale. Good. Coming back to center. Turn those toes out. Now, activating. Let's take the arms actually almost kind of like goalposts, like football goalposts. And they're symmetrical to our legs. Now we're activating the core and those quads and the glutes are nice and tight. We're going to be here We're gonna do the same thing we just did. Elbow in and center. Elbow touches the hip. And you really want to keep that goalpost sort of still so it doesn't move. Just the waist moves. Yes, and this is going to get those oblique muscles. And of course, we're activating the breath with movement. So you can match the exhale here, and then the inhale as you recover, or the inhale as you go over and the exhale out. Whatever feels right to your body. Couple more, I know those legs are starting to get hot. One more set. And let's straighten those legs. Good, let's come up onto the toes. Toes are pointing out. We're gonna come into star. Feel that expanse. Feel like you're floating, tight glutes. Float, 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 float. And come down. We're gonna do a little yoga squat, which means we're gonna come into a beautiful chair pose. Torso is on slight diagonal, arms are by our ears. And then we're just gonna come right up into mountain, which is basically feet together, legs and arms straight. So a little yoga squat exercise. We're gonna exhale into chair and inhale, press into mountain. Chair, lift the belly towards the spine and mountain. So we're doing this mindfully. We're doing this with the breath. As soon as the bottom of the exhale happens, you begin the inhale. As soon as the end of the inhale happens, you bring in the exhale. So it's nice and even. Last one. Good. Coming back to the arms, we're going to take the front of the palm forward, and then we're going to scoop and trace the letter C, and then bring the pinkies forward. So we inhale, the back of the palm comes forward, and we trace that letter C, and then the pinkies come forward. We're going to inhale as the arms go up, exhale as they come down and relax. And you can see we're taking turns activating different parts of our body, heating up the body. I'm already feeling a little slight sweat coming on. Really rotating that arm in the shoulder socket. Couple more. And rest. Go ahead and take the palms together, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling. We're going to take a nice deep breath in here. We're going to exhale and sort of thread the hands behind the head, across and to the other side, up and down, like we're threading underneath our head. Yes. Keep the palms facing the ceiling. Exhale as you bring the hands down. Inhale as you send them up. Let's reverse that circle. And this is a great shoulder mobility stretch. I've just been coming out of frozen shoulder, so this is a miracle that I can do this now. 3 more. Trace the widest circle. And release. Good. Let's take those hands down and let's just take a nice slow head circle to the right, back, left, and down. Yeah, these are not the head circles from middle school when we used to whack our head around 5 times to the right and 5 times to the left in PE class. These are slow. And I want you to focus on, try the other direction. Each place, and what do you feel? What do you feel? There's some snapping, there's some crackling, there's some popping, there's some tightness, but there's also some flow, some ease, some places that you can release and let go of. If you can do that, do it. Good. And so shoulders, take the feet a little bit further apart. We're gonna bend the knees. Inhale, take the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, send them back and down. Bending the knees again. Full body shoulder circles. Exhale, dip. In through the nose, out through the nose. 2 more in this direction. And 5 in the other direction. Back and up. See if you can even imagine lifting your body off the ground with your shoulders. I know it's an imagination, but you want to feel that lift. Like you're hovering. Good. Let's come down, hands on the knees. We're just going to slowly get into our first forward fold. So right here, I want you to right away just tuck the base of the pelvis. Scoop the belly button towards the spine. Press the hands into the knees and bring your chin to your chest. We're going to do a standing cat-cow. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round, look down. Continue in your own timing. Now, if you're new to this class, my name is Ariane, and I'm here to serve. If you have any needs, injuries, specific desires, you can put it in the chat. And this is just a guide. You are invited and welcome to modify everything you do to fit your bodily needs. Good. So coming back to neutral, we're going to hang out here for a minute, and then we're going to slowly straighten the legs, not straighten them, sorry, lengthen the legs as we slide the hands down into our first forward fold. Now here you can do some playing. You can shake the knees out. You can grab a block if you need a little bit of height. Wag the tail, shake the head no. Shake the head, yes. And then find your way gently into a forward fold with the hands either on the mat, or you can hold elbows with the opposite hand. Just going to take a few seconds here to breathe. This can feel pretty intense. So when you need to take a break, put the hands down, bend the knees, put the elbows on top of the thigh, and then come back into your forward fold. When you're ready, we're going to take the hands down to the mat, and we're going to shoot that right leg back into a runner's lunge. Go ahead and just lay here, rock and roll a little bit. And if you want, you can take that left arm up and give yourself a gentle spinal twist here. Feeling the length between the top of your head and your heel. Breathe here. Bringing the hand back down. Find that runner's lunge. And then if you want, bring that back leg back to the other leg. Say hello to your forward fold one more time. Shake it out if you need to. And let's bend the knees and roll vertebrae by vertebrae up to standing. Good. We're gonna go right back down. Let's roll down, top of the head, shoulders, rib cage, waist, hips, forward fold, shake it out, and then step that left leg back into runner's lunge. Rock and roll here. And when you're ready, lift the right arm up for that delicious final twist. Breathe and hold. Looking up towards the fingertips. Space between the shoulder and the ear. Want nice open space around the neck. And then looking down at the mat, when you're ready, place that both hands on the mat, step that back foot together with the other leg, shake it out in forward fold, bend the knees slightly, roll vertebrae by vertebrae, belly button, lifting the spine, coming in to mountain. Beautiful. We're going to, welcome. We're going to mark the middle of our class with our pranayama, our 20 breaths. So go ahead and take a drink of water. We have a 45-minute class today. So this is about the midpoint. Our pranayama, if you do nothing in yoga class but these 20 breaths, then you've done something good for yourself today. We inhale, we look up and reach up. We exhale, we bring the hands down through heart center, and we do that 20 times. I invite you to play with your rhythm. You can start slow and speed up, or have a steady rhythm the whole time, whatever feels meditative and centering for you. This is where we connect with our life force, our anchor, our breath. Whenever you're ready, you can begin. Two more. On that last one, interlace the fingers in a way that doesn't feel normal. And then walk those shoulders one at a time up a ladder, an imaginary ladder. Right, left, right, left. Look at how much space you can get between your shoulders and your pelvis. Try to keep that space there as you bring the arms down. And we're going to go right into a tree pose. So shift your weight to your left. Keep that length that we just had in our waistline, in our rib cage. Find your tree. And then when you're ready, take your arms wherever you feel like taking them, depending on what kind of tree you want to be today. Find that spot in front of you, about 6 feet in front of you on the floor, that you can focus your eyes on. And then with some kind of semblance of grace, come out of it and try the other side. We always have to, reach for grace, but always hold our sense of humor and sense of play. Yoga is a practice, not a perfection. Beautiful. Let's do one more standing pose. We'll do our number 4 pose. So cross the right leg on top of the left. Left leg bends, knees over ankle. Right foot is flexed to protect that ankle. Arms come up into a kind of shallow V right by our ears. So we're really getting that delicious hip stretch, but our core is engaged. Now, if you want to stay here, that's beautiful. If you want to try something a little different, you can take the arms all the way down, reaching towards the mat. And then you can pick up that leg if you want and bring it up to your chest. And maybe rock and roll a little bit here. See how straight you can get your spine. And then release that leg. And recover. Shift the weight and try the other side. Left leg comes on top of the right, just above the knee. Sitting down into our strong bent standing leg. Arms come up by our ears. Right away, I just felt my whole spine kind of crack. Wow. Your torso is leaning forward slightly. Slight diagonal. Stay here or do that little reach down and then grab the lower leg. Slowly come up to standing. See how lengthened you can get your spine and how close you can keep your lower leg to your chest. And release. And let that just kind of dangle. And shake those legs out. Awesome, awesome. All right. Let's move our bodies a little more. Coming to the front of our mat. We're going to just move from standing into warrior 1 and warrior 2 and then side angle. Very simple. So starting in mountain at the front of our mat. We'll take a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, step back to crescent. We've already been there today. Good. Take a nice deep breath here. Establish that beautiful crescent pose in the shape of the crescent moon. When you're ready, drop that back heel, but try to keep the pelvis facing forward. This is warrior 1. Sink a little deeper into that lunge, and then see if you can get the chest to lift towards where the ceiling meets the wall. The pinky side of the right foot is reaching towards the mat. And we're breathing deeply here, shoulders dropped. Good. Go ahead and open up to warrior 2. So you want that right hip to fall right in line behind the left hip. Finding your warrior 2 here. Sinking a little deeper into that lunge. Challenge yourself. Breathe. And then when we're ready, taking that left elbow down to the thigh and sweeping the right arm all the way up and over for our side angle. Pressing the pelvis forward. And if you want, you can stay here, or you can parallel those arms. I'm looking under my right armpit. Let's reverse back to warrior 2, back to warrior 1, back to crescent, and stepping forward back to mountain. Woo! Feel that fire in that left leg. Let's take a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, exhale, step back with the left leg into crescent on the opposite side. Breathe here. When you're ready, drop that back heel, but keep the pelvis rotated forward. See if you can lift the chest, drop the shoulders. Opening up the hips. Left hip falls in line behind the right hip. Right knee is tracking to the right. Left pinky side of the left foot is rooting down towards the mat. Elbow comes down slowly. We sweep that left arm up and over. We press the pelvis forward slightly. We're looking under that left armpit, shoulders dropped. Stay here or parallel the arms. Reversing, side angle. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Crescent. Mountain. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's get into downward dog. Come to the back of your mat. Take a nice deep breath in, sweep the arms up, look up, exhale, dive through, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, dragging your fingertips on the front of your shins. Exhale, release forward into that forward fold one more time. Inhale, walk those hands forward and find your downward dog. You want to tread your feet here and play with your downward dog. It's a beautiful thing. Lifting the heels, lowering the heels, shaking the neck out. We're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up on our toes, scoop the pelvis down, all move through the spine and come into plank. We can stay in plank, or we can come to our knees. We're going to do a little chaturanga, keeping the elbows nice and close to the rib cage. Lower your belly down onto the mat. Inhale, pull the mat towards you as you lift the top of the head into cobra. Elbows are nice and tucked into the rib cage. Exhale, release the head back down. Tuck those toes, come back onto your knees or back into plank, and then come back into down dog. We're gonna do that whole thing again. Inhale, lift the heels, roll through the spine, coming into plank or dropping onto your knees. Come down slowly through chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, pull the mat towards you. Come up into cobra. Exhale as you release back down. Inhale, press up into plank or your knees, and then back into down dog. 3 is the lucky number. Here we go. One more time. Inhale, roll through the spine. This should feel delicious. Coming down through chaturanga or half chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. And inhale, press back up. Down dog. And then if you want, you can jump or walk your feet to your hands. Come into forward fold and roll back to standard. Beautiful. So we've really gotten the Chest and the arms heated up, the legs. Now we're gonna come down to the mat and get our core and our glutes. So I'll meet you down on the mat. Feet flat, hands down by your sides. We're gonna inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna scoop the pelvis, press into a bridge. So let's just really focus on the glutes here. See if you can get the hips a little higher so you really engage the glutes. Just gonna breathe here for a minute as we focus our breath. Now you can stay here, or if you want, you can take a nice inhale and then exhale, bring that right leg up like you're marching, and then bring it down, and then your left leg, and bring it down. Try to keep the pelvis lifted as high as you can. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then you can stay here in bridge for a second, and then you can try the marching again. And then let's slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, bring that back down. Last thing to come to the mat is the lower pelvis. And just let the knees fall to the right and to the left. Good. We're gonna do a core exercise. So we're gonna have our hands behind our head, elbows out. We're gonna inhale. On the inhale, we bring our upper body off the floor, just below the chest, mid-back. We're gonna inhale here, and then on the exhale, we're gonna swing those arms down and up. And then we bring ourselves all the way back down. Hands come to our head. Inhale. Exhale. Coming halfway up. Inhale here. Exhale, arms swing down, forward, up, and release back to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, halfway up. Inhale. Reach forward. And up, and forward, and down. Inhale, and continue. Slow and controlled wins the yoga race. It should be getting harder and harder to get up from the middle spot. Last one. Halfway out. Inhale, pull. Exhale, reach forward and up and forward and down. Good. Bring the legs to table. And you can stay here and just do some toe taps just to activate the lower abs. If you want an extra challenge, you can take the upper body off the floor as well, and you can toe tap here. So your upper body is kind of on a diagonal, and you're toe tapping. Your legs stay in one shape. They don't kick like in a pool. They stay in that slightly bent arc, and the upper torso is on a diagonal. Tapping, tapping, tapping. Woo! Yeah, and release. Go ahead and let those knees fall right and left. And then hug the knees to your chest and give yourself a little circle to the right and to the left. That should massage your lower back on the floor and feel pretty darn good. right, we're gonna do another glute exercise here, feet flat on the ground. We're gonna inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the pelvis and the arms up all the way to the point where the back of the hand touches the floor above our head. And then on the exhale, we sweep the arms down with the pelvis. So this is kind of a meditative bridge. We're never stopping. As we inhale, we lift. As we exhale, we lower. And there's really no pause because we always have to either be inhaling or exhaling with movement of the body. It also takes coordination because your arms have to go a little faster than your hips. So you have to be mindful and focused on your body. Focusing on the breath, layering the breath and the body movement on top of each other, intertwining them even. And that's a core principle of the yogic practice. Let's do one more together. Beautiful. We're going to take the hands to prayer at heart center. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to shoot like an arrow that prayer through the knees. And then we're going to twist right, left, to come down. Inhale. Exhale, shoot the tips of those fingers forward like an arrow. Bring it right back to heart. Twist right, left, to come down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, arrow. Inhale, and then exhale, right, left, to lower. 2 more sets. Beautiful. Go ahead and take the outside of your feet in your hands and come into happy baby. Just rock back and forth here, gently. Beautiful. Go ahead and place the right leg lengthened down onto the mat. Hug the left leg to your chest. Circle that ankle for a second and then cross the knee over the body for a nice spinal twist. One of the intentions for this pose is to get the shoulder and the knee equal distance from the floor, or possibly both on the floor. So that's what we're imagining here. And just surrender to the pose. You don't need to force anything. Where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. And recover when you're ready. Move into the other side. Pulling the right thigh to the chest, circling the ankles. Crossing the knee over the body, looking over the right shoulder. Knee and opposite shoulder, equal distance from the mat. With that delicious stretch across your torso, across your chest, under that armpit. And recover. Take a nice deep breath in. Lengthen the body on the floor. Reach the tips of the fingers away from the toes. Inhale. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Now tighten every part of your body, your waist, your shoulders, your arms, your glutes, your chest, your toes, your nose. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and release. Swallow. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Stick it out. Say ha. Good one. Close your eyes and allow yourself to fall into Shavasana or deep relaxation. I'm going to put on a piece of music for us to celebrate closing of our class. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Otherwise, we will close our practice today in a seated position with our arms and hands at heart center, with gratitude for this yoga practice, with gratitude for our bodies that can show up to our yoga practice, and with gratitude for each other to be here in community, to sweat together, to take ourselves a little less seriously, and to challenge our bodies, our minds, our spirits. And the spirit in me salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming. And if you could put your name in the chat before I close so that they know how many people came, that would be fabulous. Thank you for this short class. Usually we will be taking an hour, but I had to make this one a quick one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.